Part 2 supplementary video to the SLC indicator technical setup that we had last week. So this is like a part 2, and this is going really well, and I want to show you what the requirements are for the optimal entry. Okay, so you will need the SLC indicator because we're basically hunting liquidity and we're reversing off those stops. Okay, so that's really important. So you will need the SLC indicator. There's a promo code in this video, so you could use that. So you will want that because then it gives you like a bird's eye view about what's happening in the market, where the retail guys have got their stops and what should happen after stops have been probed. So I'm kind of thinking we might reverse here, but then again we could probably go a bit lower. If you look at the US Treasuries, they're pumping a little bit, so that's a little bit of a headwind, fundamental headwind for gold. I want to talk about the setup that we would use for this entry. Okay, so we want to zoom in. Zoom in. Actually, maybe that's too much. We want to be mapping that zigzag. This high, it's a swing high. We're not going to get that one. We're going to get this one. All right. And you think, well, why that one? I'll show you. All right. Insert fib retracement. Now we're going to map that. It's the swing high of this zigzag. We know that's a zigzag high. That's a swing high. So we're going to map this low. Okay. Now the condition 1 is that we have like a foray, like some time spent above the 50%, and it certainly did. Condition 2 is that we took out some stops. Yeah, we did. And now the important thing is we now need to zoom in so we can get a very good close-up view. It's a little bit in the way, but we can maybe do a chart shift so I can show you. Chart shift. Right. Okay, so what's the important thing is that on this side of the 50%, we're looking for sells. On this 50%, above 50%, we're looking for buys. Right now, we're below the 50%. Now, the thing is that we had a higher high and a higher low, so that's actually quite bullish. But it reversed, and we had a lower low, lower high. This is what I put into Discord. So we are interested in price being below 50%. And it creating the lower high and the lower low. Okay, and that's it. So it's very, very simple. It needs to be on this side of the 50%, and we need to get technical, confirmation that we're going to sell off. But it needs to spend time above the 50%. It did, and it needed to take out some liquidity. Yes, it did, and that's why the SLC indicator is really useful. So 2049 was a stop loss cluster. So it came up, retraced all the way to 50%, took liquidity, and now we have the technical confirmations for sell. And that's it. So it's very, very, very simple. You don't really need any indicator on your chart. You can probably have fib and the SLC. Of course, if you want to use an oscillator or something like that, then you can. I do recommend the other effects, as I say, indicators, but if you want to keep it really simple, this works really well. And basically we just created a lower high, a lower low, and your stop loss could be at the 61.8 or it could be the 50%. Right, it's up to you how your threshold is for risk, but if you keep it at the 50%, that would have been incredible risk to reward. And you're just basically waiting for confirmation. So confirmation with below 50%, you're looking for sells, technical confirmation. Yeah, we made those lower highs and lower lows, and that's it. And you can use your fundamentals as well. Look at your treasury yields. They're obviously, if they're going to rally today, it's going to put a little bit of headwind, some resistance for gold. So just a part 2 here, and hopefully it's quite common sense. We're looking at things like a machine. If we're below 50%, it's like a binary value for sell. Above 50%, it's a binary value for buy. 1 or 0. Keep it nice and simple, and that's it. So I think probably SLC, but I do think this double bottom is a bit obvious, and it's going as forecast. So we'll have to wait and see. So hopefully it helps. Part 2, and we're basically just seeking liquidity, right? And that's what we're going to be doing. We go from SLC to SLC, and it just rinses people out, and it's really cruel. And it's just one of those things. It's trading, and this is the thing. The retail trader's got no idea about why price is doing its thing. It's hunting stops. Okay, so if they move their stops lower, it's going to hunt those stops. All right, so part 2 done. Any questions, let me know. And remember, it's just the technical lower low, lower high scenario below 50% for the sell. All right, and then of course if we're above the 50%, you're looking for higher highs and higher lows, and that's it. Okay, I wholeheartedly recommend fxsi.com and their indicators for MetaTrader 4 and 5. It's a 7-day free trial, so do have a look. There's no credit card required. You might be lacking in some sentiment awareness, analysis, and it does complement technical and fundamentals very well. Especially if you're very technical, you could be missing out on some sentiment, or if you're particularly fundamental, you could be missing out on some sentiment. This is like a sweet zone. It complements both, and it gives you a very strong bias about direction as well. So technicals are great for direction, fundamentals are great for direction, but the sentiment sits in between. Okay, and so perhaps if you're missing out on some sentiment awareness, these are the best indicators in existence in the world for that. And then you can have a look at this. You've got a 7-day free trial, and you've got your order book, and you've got your indicators, including the ratios, which are amazing. Just look at my videos on my YouTube channel and you can see how powerful the ratios are. And you can have a look. Just take your time. You've got 7 days to trial them, and if you don't like them, then that's fair enough. You don't have to renew, but we do have a code if you want to, and it's just the QDB code, and it gives you a 10% discount, and that's it. So have a look, see what you think, and like I said, it's a 7-day trial, so you don't have to renew, but I think you'll probably find you will renew afterwards, because the order book and the ratios and the stop loss clusters as well are amazing. The stop loss clusters are great because you know where to target. Okay, so that's where you take profit, where people get stopped out. Okay, and that's it. So just a quick plug for the fxsi.com, and enjoy your day.